Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are here, this video is being posted on Christmas Day. I wish you guys the best with your families. For those that celebrate and those that don't, I hope you guys had a awesome long weekend and some downtime to be able to recharge your batteries and get back to the grind. I've got the Artisan Shidenkai V2 in XL X Soft in white. This is my favorite color in the Shidenkai. It makes everything that you put on this surface really pop, whether it's the black X2H ES from Pulsar or the purple WL mouse from Beast-X. That cloudy white appearance and aesthetic on this pad just looks absolutely phenomenal on my particular desk. If you have white peripherals, I've got the keyboard I'm testing from Fnatic. I've got a white PC case, a white Stream Deck, white countertop. Everything just looks really good in my personal opinion. The quality of the Artisan pad is what we expect. Artisan is still, I think, the top in quality. It is a unique pad. I think those pads that kind of attempted to get close to this in feel, the one that we saw from Vancer, a few of the other ones, this is the top of the line of what this is. It's a glass-infused, glass-beaded pad, and it is on the faster side. I think when people think of the Shidenkai V2, especially coming from the first one, we almost think of this very fast pad that lacks a little bit of control. The difference that you're getting here is instead of the pad controlling you, you are in more control of your own movements. You're relying on your own movements. You're relying on your own stopping power. And I personally prefer that, particularly for games like track-heavy games like Apex, Fortnite, things with a lot of spray. I think for tag shooters, if you adjust your sensitivity accordingly with the Artisan Shidenkai V2, I think you'll be fine. This, to me, has a little bit more stopping power than the original. I think it's more consistent than the original. For instance, as I am gliding and kind of, getting fast movements or fast flicking movements, there actually still is a feeling of a little bit of slowdown. So it almost still feels controlled even on dynamic movements, even though they're very fast. But as you are coming to a slowdown, I just feel like I can come to a complete stop. I'm not wiggly. And if I am ever wiggly, let's say an attack shooter, I feel like it's very, very minimal and something I can probably correct with a change in my sensitivity. For this pad, I've got the X Soft again. And personally, going into this pad, I thought the X Soft was going to be my favorite. And I think the X Soft, a lot of people were probably thinking that this would be a fan favorite. I've got the mid version of the pad in orange, and you can see the size difference between the large and the XL. There is quite significantly more space on the XL, but I honestly was perfectly fine playing on the large. I really didn't feel like I needed any more space. And the mid to me is, in my opinion, my favorite over the X Soft, because as you are gliding on the X Soft, that pillowiness to that additional foam, you just get less feedback from your mouse and the skates on the pad. When I have my headphones on, my IEMs on, I get more of a sense of where my mouse is on the pad and how fast my movements are and where exactly I am, kind of like from a subconscious perspective. And I feel that actually helps my aim in game over the X Soft. I performed somewhat similarly on both. I just feel like I had a more enjoyable experience on the mid. It's almost like the surface is just begging to be on a harder foam. It's like begging to be a hard pad. And for me, that extra sense of responsiveness on the skates and the glide of the mouse really felt better to me than the X Soft. So if you're looking for a faster pad, one that, in my opinion, still has quite a bit of control on dynamic movements, one that has good enough stopping power where I don't feel like I had much wiggle, I think it's a great pad, and one that, to me, that openness, that airiness, and putting me in control of my movements, again, that's something that I like. That's something that I prefer. For me, I performed very well on this pad, and I think it is another banger pad from Artisan, and probably in my top 3 pads that released in 2023. For speed pads in 2023, if you take glass out of the equation, if you're a glass fan, I think it's probably the most pristine, the most unique, and the most high quality speed pad that dropped in 2023. It is absolutely fantastic. And the reason I purchased 3 of these, at first, again, I purchased this in XL X Soft in white. I Didn't think I was going to like the mid as much as the X-Soft, and when the mid came, they only had large to choose from, so I did get a large in mid. I ended up loving the mid over the X-Soft, so now I have a XL in the white coming in mid. I think XL mid is going to be absolutely phenomenal. The only difference you guys have to really be aware of is that mid can move a little bit more easy on your desk in comparison to the X-Soft, which just sticks onto my desk and doesn't move. The mid does struggle with that just a little bit. Other than that, I do think that the pad is going to be pretty consistent. Again, on their website, they say that it does eat through PTFE skates a little bit more and faster than typical cloth pads. Personally, I'm using dots now, and I think the dots have held up very well on the glass-infused pad, and the glide is really nice. And I think the dots maybe even add to that element of control that I am getting out of the pad. So that is it, guys. My opinions on the Shidenkai V2. I think it's an awesome pad. Whether or not you would like the X-Soft or the mid, personally, again, that main difference is I think there's just more responsiveness on the mid, on the glide in comparison to the X-Soft. And to me, I think that makes a very big difference. I hope that helped, guys. If it did, please leave a sub to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.